10 facts you may not know about Thrawn. Thrawn was originally a Star Wars Legends character.
Grand Admiral Thrawn was prominently featured in Star Wars Rebels and later made a comeback in the live-action series Ahsoka on Disney+. But these weren't his first outings. Thrawn's introduction was in Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire, which was the precursor to the trilogy completed by Dark Forces Rising and The Last Command. This trilogy, celebrated both fans and critics, rank among the most acclaimed Star Wars novels. It delves into Thrawn's strategy against the New Republic post-Empire collapse. Since then, Thrawn has solidified his place as a pivotal Star Wars figure, capturing the hearts of many across generations.
Did you know Thrawn isn't his real name?
Grand Admiral Thrawn had many names in his life. He was first called Kivu Ra Naru. In the Chiss culture shown in Zahn's new books, names showed a person's place in society. People also called Vuran when he was younger. Later, a high-ranking family adopted him, and he got the name Mithra Narudo. While in the military, this new name had Thrawn in it. When he left his home and joined the Galactic Empire, the people there found his full name hard to say, so they mostly called him Thrawn.
In fact, Thrawn was never fully loyal to the Empire.
While Grand Admiral Thrawn served the Empire diligently for many years, his heart was elsewhere. His primary allegiance was always to the Chiss ascendancy, even during his time in exile. Thrawn saw value in the Empire's might for future needs, but his dedication to the Chiss people never wavered. The nuanced loyalty separated Thrawn from others in the Empire, many of whom were either unquestioningly devoted to the Emperor or simply afraid of him. Unlike several other villains in the Star Wars universe, Thrawn had a clear understanding of the Empire's true nature, always recognizing its motives weren't for the greater good.
Thrawn's Chiss ascendancy is in the unknown regions.
In Ahsoka, a different part of the galaxy is shown where the Chiss leader Thrawn is living in exile on his Star Destroyer. Thrawn's origin isn't from the main part within the Star Wars galaxy, but from a mysterious area called the Unknown Regions. While some parts of this region were controlled by the Chiss and Grisk, most Star Wars characters are unfamiliar with it. Thrawn showed his expertise in planning and leading fleets while working in the Chiss military. The Chiss leaders later planned for Thrawn to go into exile and join the Empire. They were worried about a group in the unknown regions called the Grisk becoming too powerful. Thrawn's initial mission was to get the Empire to fight the Grisk and weaken them, but he was impressed by the Empire's might and climbed its ranks, becoming a Grand Admiral. He hoped that the Chiss and the Empire would team up against the looming Grisk threats.
Did you know Star Wars has already introduced Thrawn's protege?
During his tenure in the Navy, Grand Admiral Thrawn mentored many Imperial officers, recognizing their capacity to benefit the Empire. Captain Pellaeon, played by the Walking Dead actor Xander Berkeley in The Mandalorian Season 3, was one such protege. In the Legends narrative, Pellaeon followed Thrawn's footsteps, leading the remnants of the Empire. Among the Imperial leaders of the Shadow Council, Captain Pellaeon stands out as a staunch Thrawn supporter, hinting at a significant role in forthcoming events. It's possible Pellaeon will act as Thrawn's closest advisor, securing a pivotal position.
Also, Thrawn respected his enemies.
In contrast to many Star Wars antagonists, Thrawn possesses a degree of respect for those he battles. While he is unafraid to vanquish his adversaries, he is driven by strategy rather than animosity. On multiple occasions, he's shown respect, and at times, admiration for particular foes. Throughout his notable career with the Imperial Navy, Thrawn encountered some of Star Wars' iconic heroes, such as Hera Syndulla, Captain of the Ghosts in Star Wars Rebels. He genuinely regarded Syndulla and some of her team members with esteem. For Thrawn, the utmost honor he bestows upon an enemy is dedicating time to understand them thoroughly.
Shocker, but Grand Admiral Thrawn is not a politician.
While numerous Star Wars characters are driven by political agendas, especially the antagonists, Thrawn stands apart. He seemingly lacks political ambition, often overlooking the intricate political games within the Imperial court. Driven by his tactical acumen, Thrawn isn't caught up in the quest for power. He prioritizes success over other pursuits and shows little interest in political discourse. This straightforwardness positions Thrawn as one of the more genuine villains in the Star Wars saga, devoid of the hidden motives often seen in his peers. However, with his upcoming leadership of the Imperial Remnant, audience will witness Thrawn navigating both military and political arenas.
Thrawn is more than just a brilliant tactician.
Grand Admiral Thrawn is known for being really smart in battle, but he's more than just that. He's always trying to learn. One special thing about him is that he looks at his enemies' art to understand how to beat them. He notices things that others might miss. Thrawn is good at fighting, knows a lot about history, and learns about cultures he meets. This makes him one of the most interesting bad guys in Star Wars. It's not fancy tools or special powers that make him strong. It's his brain.
The Emperor valued Thrawn's mind.
Emperor Palpatine was picky about whom he relied on to enforce his rule across the galaxy. He had a limited circle of trusted advisors, and even Darth Vader didn't have much influence over him. However, it's evident that Palpatine appreciated Thrawn's insight and held the Grand Admiral in high regard. After Thrawn vanished in the finale of Rebels, Palpatine felt the loss. The comic, Star Wars number 8, highlighted how Thrawn's absence disrupted Palpatine's strategies, leading him to assign tasks to Darth Vader that were originally meant for Thrawn. Palpatine often kept his underlings doubtful of one another to ensure they didn't challenge his position. Given Thrawn's lack of interest in seizing power, the Emperor trusted him possibly more than any other officer.
Thrawn knows Darth Vader's true identity.
In the vast Star Wars universe, only a handful knew that Darth Vader was once the Jedi Anakin Skywalker. Those in the know had close ties with Anakin during his peak. Yet, Thrawn managed to uncover Vader's hidden past without witnessing the Republic's downfall. In the novel Thrawn Alliance, which spans both the Galactic Empire era and the Clone Wars, Thrawn evaluates the Republic and its Jedi for potential alliances against the Grisk. During this mission, he meets Anakin Skywalker and aids him in rescuing Padme. Even though he concludes the Republic isn't strong enough to assist the Chiss, he observes Anakin's impulsive and aggressive nature. When Thrawn later teams up with Darth Vader in a different part of the story, he connects the dots and identifies Vader's true self based on their earlier interactions. Thrawn summed up into 10 points. He is too deep of a character to do him justice in just 10 points, but giving you a basic understanding will help you moving forward, as he seems he will be important in future Star Wars content. Until next time, may the Force be with you.